Hey everyone, it is the start of summer split in just a couple days. I'm joined right now by Zeyzal for Remote Media Day with coverage brought to you by Alienware. Zeyzal, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What has this past, I don't know, 6 weeks been like for you?
The past 6 weeks have been pretty slow. I've been doing a lot of just resting, making sure I'm in as good a shape as possible for summer and then World, since generally this split is going to be much longer than the last, with Worlds included at the end.
Yeah. How confident are you that Worlds will happen?
That's a good question. I'm going to say pretty confident. Uh, just like I don't want to leak anything. I don't actually have any source, just everyone I know pretty much is set that it's going to happen.
Okay.
Like I've never heard someone say that it's highly likely that it doesn't happen.
So they're just gonna brute force it one way or the other, I guess. I'm not trying to pry. It's more just like I worry about the mindset of the players who are going into summer split. Whenever it's like normally you guys are like, okay, if we do this, we can make it all the way to Worlds, and then here I don't know if some people in the back of their mind are thinking like, if Worlds happens,
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the players I've talked to are just certain that it's going to happen. Maybe we're just kind of ignorant, just assuming no matter what, it's going to happen for our sake.
yes, yeah, maybe all the teams are like to their players, it's definitely happening. Try as hard as possible. Do everything you can, just to make sure.
Honestly,
That
that's probably it.
yeah. What? How confident are you in Evil Genius going? Genius is going to the split, especially after C9 had such a dominant spring.
What was the original thing,
Sorry.
going to Worlds or winning the
So
split?
sorry. Going into spring split, how confident are you in Evil Geniuses? Because like Cloud9 looks so completely strong in spring. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
it's the type of thing where they've just become this unbeatable boss in everybody's mind.
Yeah, I think it's still similar to that. Like the team to beat is still Cloud9, and the baseline expectation is that they will get first. No matter, like we're actively trying to improve and beat them, but they're still a step ahead of us, like maybe a few steps, honestly. But I'm I think we're doing pretty well. We've certainly lost a lot of what made us super strong, but I think that's pretty normal at the beginning of a split. But luckily, we've also retained a lot of that, so it's going to be a faster path to the next level for us, and I think we'll definitely have to level up our play if we want to contest Cloud9.
Yeah. I think a lot of League esports fans don't really know what happens when you guys leave and take a break for a while in terms of your skills and like team strength. Like what actually degrades? Or do you guys play worse in game? Is it a strategy situation where you guys just aren't on the same page? I mean, what really starts to fall off between during these breaks?
So the main thing that falls off I've noticed is that there's a lot of things you do to make your teammates look better and also just to make the team work. And for me, I noticed I just stopped doing those. So like Jizuke's an aggressive player, so I noticed one of my habits when I just watch my old VODs is I'll try to hover around mid out of base every time, and if I don't do that, it gives him a lot more times when he's vulnerable to being ganked or punished for, you know, like trying to win lane as hard as he can. So I think the main thing that people have to consider as a loss for sure is the team habits that help make their teammates better, but also just in general macro play suffers. A lot of players are just playing solo queue, so they lose a lot of their sense of macro. They get it back pretty fast, but that's what hurts the most.
Yeah, how long have teams been scrimming for?
I think most teams started around May 20th.
Okay. So it's been maybe what 2, 3 weeks now.
Yep.
How informed do you think the teams are? Like, obviously, games are in just a couple days, especially since they're starting on Friday. Do you think we're gonna see? Is it gonna be one of those situations where it's like, oh man, that break really took a lot out of all these teams?
Every team is definitely worse than last split because there was no time to. I mean, there was time to boot camp, but no one actually can boot camp outside of the US, really. Like, logistically, it's really difficult.
Right.
So I think that also makes everyone kind of a bit worse. And then I think Cloud9's still doing really well when we played against them. But other than that, it hasn't really been like no one's really in that good of shape, I'd say.
Are there any teams that you look at right now and you say like, oh man, this team is going to be way better, because obviously some teams have made roster changes and adjustments and coaching staff stuff. I don't know.
I'm not sure if there's a team that's going to be like way. I mean, there's no way TL goes ninth, but really, I would have said that last split no matter what too. But I don't think TL is going to do nearly as bad. I think they're actually a good team. They're going to be top 4, I'd say for sure. I'm not sure on TSM would be the other one. Like I think they're going to do better, but I'm not sure it's going to be like, oh, this is way better.
Well, I think they placed 4th last time, right? Am I crazy, TSM?
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, they got.
So you say they're going to do better.
They got knocked out by FlyQuest, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so they got 4th. I think they're going to do better.
So then that would be top 3 for them, right?
Yeah, I'd say they should get top 3.
Okay, so right now we've got Cloud9, TSM, TL, and your top 4. I guess that maybe means you're the other team?
Yeah, we're just kind of battling. I mean, FlyQuest's in there too, but it's easy to underrate FlyQuest, but they're quite good as well. It's really hard to just objectively rate FlyQuest because they don't actually play identical to all the other teams. I think they win through just power of evil, Ignore, Santorin. Like they're kind of creative players and how they play the game. They play pretty well around each other almost.
Yeah. So it's just kind of this oddball team for you guys.
Yeah, but the thing is, they are good. I'm just not really sure in an objective power ranking where they'd be in the, but they are a good team.
Yeah. Well, other than that, any interesting news from Evil Geniuses? I mean, I've seen obviously some chatter, but I don't know what it's like for you guys behind the scenes. And I think a lot of the teams have tried to shore up the, sort of their way to manage working remotely and playing remotely during the break. So I don't know if there's anything you can say about Evil Geniuses or any changes over there.
No, I mean, the only thing we've really changed is that we added Huni to our roster, and it's kind of a 7-man roster, but it's more. I'm not sure if they'll ever see playtime or win, but they do have an active role in trying to make the LCS team better. So I think that's a good addition for us, and it'll give us a bit of an advantage to where we were last split. In a similar situation, we should be better off.
Yeah, does Huni like hang out during scrims and stuff? Or, I mean, how much interaction are you having with him?
So I think we're trying to have him help Kumo a lot one-on-one, but also he has had scrim time, and I think he also brings a unique perspective and just how he plays the game. And he can also watch our scrims. He's also invited to participate in any discussions we have as a team, things like that.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Well, we are basically running out of time now. So is there anything that you want to say to any of the, I don't know, fans out there?
Just thanks for supporting myself, Evil Geniuses, and all my teammates.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Zeyzal, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hello. I owe you an apology. I'm sorry you have to look at how shaggy I am since I haven't gotten a haircut for months and months and months. And that's a struggle. But you know what isn't a struggle? Playing Fantasy League of Legends. Oh my god, I'm losing myself here. With Draft Buff. They're sponsoring this interview as well as Alienware. So thank you to both of them for doing that. Use the link in the video description to sign up for Draft Buff. There's all sorts of cool stuff over there. It's fantasy the way Riot used to make it. You can actually go play in the leagues over there. But they also have something called a Draft Royale, where you have like a bunch of different entries, you get a budget, and you can play with a ton of people. And for opening weekend, we're actually doing a fantasy Draft Royale, myself and Mark Zimmerman for Hotline League. And you can join up and try to beat our scores and compete against other Travis Gafford YouTube channel viewers, I guess. And so do that at the link in the video description, and be sure to sign up. Yeah, because the link will bring you to the Draft Royale. That's how this works. Anyway, thanks for watching.